All right, welcome on in, everybody. This is the Chief Sealth International High School graduation watch party.
Good night. I am Principal Fraser Hammer, and I'd like to welcome you to the 61st commencement of Chief Sealth International High School. Welcome to the current and former Chief Sealth teachers and staff. Welcome to the Seattle Public School board members, and welcome to Superintendent Denise Juneau and other officials from Seattle Public Schools. Welcome family members and friends. I'm so happy that you're able to join us at this very special virtual ceremony and celebration of the class of 2020. And of course, I'd like to give a very special welcome to our seniors, our special guests of honor. Tonight is your night. Tonight we celebrate you and your accomplishments. The graduating class of 2020 throughout the country and throughout the world are making history. This virtual ceremony is just one of those historic events. Tonight, it is my honor to celebrate you as history makers. You were destined to make history. The class was destined to be here at this time to make a statement about yourselves, about your class, about your school, your city, your state, your country, and your world. Your teachers have been preparing you for this very moment ever since you walked into kindergarten when you were 5 years of age. Yes, you, the class of 2020, were destined to make history. Students like Della Floyd. Della, you are a history maker. You put together the first ever Better Together conference, which brought student leaders from across the district and across the region to the Chief Sealth campus to have discussions about embracing the differences that make youth better and stronger and more empowered by working together. Della, you are a history maker. Students like Travana Cassell, you too are a history maker. You challenged the status quo and pushed the buttons of normalcy to change the school and cause us to move forward towards acceptance and change. Your secret dedication to our most vulnerable students in the district classroom opened the doors for others to follow your path. Your unconditional acceptance and inclusion led to more integrated opportunities and experiences for our nonverbal, autistic, socially challenged, and often forgotten students. Yes, Travana, you became a history maker. We will always remember your infectious laugh and loud voice, which masked your caring, compassionate nature. Students like Shavana Sharan, who gave voice to a slain brother, Derek Peachy Juarez. His death caused us to stop and think about the fragility of life. Shavana jumped into action, galvanizing the Chief Sealth community by planning a vigil and organizing support groups, then forming and forcing courageous conversations to address debt and the dreams that are buried with fallen students due to violence. But because of Shavana's resiliency, Peachy's death brought our youth together, and it brought out the tenacity of this class, and she and others vowed to graduate for Peachy. Shavana, you and many others are here today as history makers. Students like Ashlyn Punton and Kwok Lee, who quietly pushed the Chief Sealth building leadership team to recognize that the student voice at Chief Sealth was strong, intelligent, creative, innovative, and dedicated to positive outcomes for all. Ashlyn and Kwok, you are history makers. Students like our valedictorian Lance, Alan Angelus, and our salutatorian Tuan Wren, who exemplified the dynamic qualities of intelligence and integrity, and who showed that hard work and dedication can be coupled with great personalities, humor, and style. You too have demonstrated scholastic strength and academic fortitude. You too are history makers. Chief Sealth is a history-making school. We were the first to have the Proyecto Saber program, which has produced graduates like Adolfo Ramirez Barajas, who bravely participated in community circles with staff during professional development to help us grow in our use of restorative practices. Chief Sealth was also the first to be honored with the Shakashi program, which is focused on Native pride and empowerment. This year, the Shakashi program raised their hands up to honor Rose Glenn, who pushed past the obstacles in her life to stand up and represent the strong and powerful family that she belongs to. Both Adolfo and Rose are great examples of what a supportive environment can produce. Rose, Adolfo, you are history makers. Students like Brittany Bustamante Vera, Tim Choi, Gabriel Clark, and Afra Agra, all making history today as 4 of the 48 students to graduate with the Washington State Seal of Biliteracy. Some of these students represent the first K-12 cohort of students in the Spanish Immersion program. These students are all a collective testimony to the internationalism of Chief Sealth. They are all history makers. The class of 2020 can boast of the accomplishments of the 60 members of the National Honor Society and of the 57 students who are wearing a double cord, who have maintained a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 and above, and of the 34 who wear a single cord to display that they have maintained a GPA of 3.2 to 3.49. Chief Sealth acknowledges your accomplishments. You are history makers. So are the students of the Academy of Finance and the Academy of Hospitality and Tourism. You are history makers. The students graduating today with an International Baccalaureate Diploma and the International Baccalaureate Career Path Certificate, good all over the world. You are history makers. Your accomplishments are outstanding. This class produced many, many history makers. They pushed themselves in service to others. Della Floyd and Lola Taylor received commendation in the Prudential Spirit of Community Awards for giving unselfishly to their community. Again, you are history makers. This class led our athletes in demonstrating good sportsmanship, pushing their bodies to the limit. Hats off to our student leaders, Javias Sleu, who won the state championship for wrestling, and Nestor Hellman, who is off to Seattle U with a full ride to play baseball. You are history makers. Among the class of giants, we have musicians like Susha Gautam, Christopher Sanderson, and vocalists like Makaya Fale-Tago, Jason Ahmed, and artists like Noel Oss. You are history makers. I could go on and on with the history makers of the graduating class of 2020, but I stand here today to honor you and pay tribute to you, the class of 2020. Congratulations to all of you. You've made it, and you did it your way. No one before you and no one after you can say they did it like you did. You are history makers. We are all proud of you. Collectively, you have been awarded more than $500,000 worth of scholarships and awards. And collectively, you have served more than 25,000 hours of community service. You have earned a place in Chief Sealth history. Class of 2020, you have done well. You will be okay. In fact, you will be better than okay. You are making history now, and you will continue to make history as you spread your wings throughout the country and around the world. You will continue to make history. You are forever Seahawks. Class of 2020, we are proud of you. Take your applause.
Hi, class of 2020. I know this is not necessarily the graduation ceremony that you have been envisioning, but we're so glad that you're all here. One thing that we'd like to ask is to make sure that you're in your cap and gown at this point. You might feel silly at home wearing it, but in a little bit, we're gonna do that tassel turn together, and it's a really important moment. So have your tassel on the right, and we're all gonna turn them to the left together. Thank you so much for 4 great years. We're all so proud of you.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. I'm Denise Juneau, Seattle Public Schools Superintendent. When I was a young girl growing up on the Blackfeet Indian Reservation in Montana, I would never have dreamed my path would lead to Seattle Public Schools. My story takes me from Head Start to Harvard. I've had the opportunity to lead public education for the state of Montana, and I was the first American Indian woman elected to a statewide executive office anywhere in the country. I'm also a proud product of public education. It was my community and my education in public schools that set me up to take advantage of opportunities that have come my way. And I've learned a lot along my journey. As you take this next big step, here are some tips for the road. Breaking news: adults don't have it all figured out. We just act like we do. So embrace uncertainty and know that learning never ends. It's okay to fail. In fact, it's better than okay. It is necessary to create new and innovative solutions. And that's something we really need right now as a nation and global community. And if you have a good idea, act on it. Don't wait. Trust yourself. The world needs your brilliance. You are such a special class of young people because you have already proven that you can roll with the punches, that you can thrive even in the middle of a global pandemic. You have demonstrated that you have the will and skill to get through whatever life throws at you. You are ready, and you are already leading by showing up and advocating for change, supporting each other, and doing it with courage and bravery. You have earned this celebration of all of your hard work. I urge you now to take your education and walk through the doors of opportunity as they open to you. Believe in yourself and believe that no dream is out of reach. Make your voice heard and take leadership roles wherever you find yourself. The world needs your voice, your skills, your knowledge, and your inspiring stories of success. Graduates, as you receive your diploma, know that all of your fans, your family, friends, and community are also very proud of what you've accomplished. When you succeed, Each and every one of us benefits. I congratulate you, class of 2020. I can't wait to see what you do next.
At the start of senior year, remember how everyone would tell us to enjoy every moment because senior year goes by extremely fast? Well, turns out they were right. We just didn't know it's Zoom. I'm Wren, this year's student speaker and valedictorian of this year's class. First and foremost, congratulations to all the graduates watching this, including myself. By now, I'm most likely in my living room watching this, looking away. I don't know how that works. But I'd first like to start off with the opportunity to show appreciation to our loved ones. It's group hug time, and if you're watching this alone, bring it in, I got you. Now, it's time for the fun part. In my 4 years attending CSIHS, it has been made evident to me that we have one of the best teaching staff in the district. Every class here had its own vibe based on the personality of the teacher. From the chill, monotonic history classes taught by Mr. B and Mr. Golash to the Mr. Azinger's high-energy, sassy class. Their unique teaching styles made going to class fun. Imagine how great society would be if each school had a Miss Allison or Miss Whitehead for language arts. The teachers here at South want you to succeed. Though sometimes as students, we can be annoyed by all the rules and the strict policies, their intentions were for the better, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without the scoldings from Miss Din, Mr. Cohen, and the famous Miss Martin. I also can't forget about Miss Washington. It seems like yesterday she caught me in the hallways going to the bathroom. Also, special shout out to Mr. Sneed for all his service at South. If you had the chance to be called kinfolk by him, you already know you're going far in life. Now, this last part of my speech is dedicated. Dedicated to all the students who had a chance to grow alongside and experience high school with. Thank you all for all the lessons, thank you for all the memories, and thank you for making my time here at South enjoyable. South kids are probably the most genuine people out there. If they don't like you, they'll say it straight to your face. We're just so honest at times, it hurts. But hey, that's just who we are. Our diverse and talented student body is our greatest asset. I had the opportunity to enjoy live performances and enjoy many cultural cuisines. The exposure to culture and different backgrounds taught me lessons no textbook can replicate. Lately, I've been hearing talk about how people refer to us as the class who didn't walk. Due to a global pandemic, we've been reduced to something so pitiful. But I'm here to announce that we won't be written down as the class that didn't walk. I announced this as a freshman walking down the halls, and here I am in my last moments in high school. The class of 2020 will undoubtedly go down as one of the greatest graduating classes that CSIHS has ever witnessed. We will be written down as the class that produced doctors, lawyers, and educators. We will be written down as the class that planned and executed the first district leadership conference to promote diversity in positions of leadership. We will be written down as a class who shifted the culture here at CSIHS. Class of 2020, the class that flew. You guys like that? As of right now, we are living in a time period of division and chaos. I remember one night just thinking of possible solutions to solve these issues. The answer to me seemed invisible. But in the midst of all the chaos, scrolling through my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, seeing how the students in my community came together, the answer suddenly became clear to me. I believe we will be the vaccine to the other virus prevalent in the US. Issues that require complex solutions will be engaged by leaders who place the old thinking with the new. Attacking these issues at its core, names like Della Floyd, Lance Allen, Gabe Clark, Wook Lee, Fila Muhammad, and many more will change society. And why am I so confident in my answer? Simple. I was exposed to their greatness since the 6th grade, and we're standing at the top. People will ask us, what's our secret? And I'll quote, "The secret is in the chicken noodle soup we were served from our super staff of lunch ladies." Thank you, class of 2020, for everything, and I wish you good luck in the next step of your life. Wren, out.
Hello, families, friends, and graduates of 2020. Although we miss seeing your faces and hearing the cheers of family and friends in the stands, this graduation, this one right now in your homes, will be one we all remember. This is the day you have anticipated, but not what you expected. This is the day you begin to know yourself in new ways. In this season of uncertainty, you will be the innovators, the change makers for a stronger future.
Yo quiero añadir algo más. Tómate esto como un guiño del mundo. que ha conspirado para que esta celebración, que tal vez hoy parece un poco desolada, un poco descafeinada, pase a ser memorable, porque lo que quede de esta ceremonia va a depender de ti a partir de mañana. Así que haz de a ella algo especial. Y aprende una lección. Van a haber muchas cosas en la vida que no vas a poder controlar. Recuerda que esto es solo el inicio.
There are three things about being innovators, makers of change. First, be creative. Use your imagination to think outside the box and be enriched by different perspectives. Adapt. Let courage and fear empower you to adjust to new situations. You've already been doing this since March. Change the way things have always been done by exploring better and equitable solutions. Be resourceful. Seek help and opportunities to overcome difficulties and extend yourself as a resource for others. Do these things in your personal practice. Gather friends and family. Look to your community for leaders, teachers, and even people you haven't met yet to guide and encourage and lift you up on this journey. You are ready to make change happen. As a visual person, those three words, creative, adaptive, and resourceful, spell car. Think of this as a metaphor. Get in your car and drive. Whether you can only go 7 miles per hour or 70 miles an hour, put your foot on the accelerator and go forward from this day.
Pero algunos de vosotros vais a ir más allá, pues car en español es carro. Así que como persona bilingüe revaloriza la R. Esos recursos debes, por un lado, ser lo suficientemente hábil para encontrarlos, pero a la vez conviértete tú mismo en un recurso. Sé un recurso para los que te rodean, para tu entorno. Caroline, do you know that some of these students have been in the immersion program since kindergarten and they have only taken history in Spanish? Por esta razón, nunca olvides la O de origen. Debes llevarla a lo largo de tu vida con la O de orgullo. Así que no tenemos nada más que decir, simplemente os vamos a extrañar. Felicidades, clase 2020.
Congratulations, class of 2020.
Os queremos.
We love you.
Divine Abbott, Isaiah Abubakar, Afra Agra, Gerald Aguila, Hilmer Aguilar Geronimo, Charlene Aguilar, Ifra Ahmed, Asil Ahmed, Jason Ahmed, Sadiq Ahmed, Ali Murtada Al-Shamari, Lance Allen Angeles, Reina Angel Cano, Caden Apelu, Carlos Ayon Torres, Kamara Badada, Benny Bahati, David Bahena Garcia, Alanis Bayat McNeil, Aaron Baronkin, Precious Unique Marquette, Gabriela Barrera Valenzuela, Anthony Becara, Liam Boyd, Luis Espinoza, Chase Brown, Ashlyn Bunting, Sabrina Burgess Garrett, Brittany Bustamante Vera, Wes Caffrobe, Amy Sao, Tatiana Cardenas Gil, Omar Carrillo, Trevana Cassell, Jennifer Castaneda Aguilar, David Castillo Norfrieta, Luis Castro Leonardo, Victor Castro, Jose Chacon Vega, Tin Chow, Christy Shiem, Daquan Childs, Clayton Church, Gabriel Clark, Arturo Contreras, Elizabeth Contreras, Abigail Cortez Flores, Ilira Cruz Chavez, Jennifer Cruz Hernandez, Elijah Davis, Riley Delora, Giselle Nina Dinozo, Ashley Din, Tyler Doe, Evan Donahue, Hunter Dow, Aaron Duong, Shadiah Ibu, Ashley Hidi, Eve Elmore, Maya Elmore, Yaneli Fabian, Makia Alatogo, Jason Few, Maro Figueroa Mendiola, Ian Fink, Della Floyd, Fatima Franco Martinez, Corelli Garcia Morin, Carla Garcia Perez, Kimberly Garcia, Nestor Herman, Noel Herman, Jamie Glatzmeyer, Rose Glenn, Tajay Gonzalez, Joshua Gormley, Lucinia Gotham, Ilani Gutierrez Perez, Gano Hamadi, Haley Hammond, Abdi Nasir Hassan, Kimberly Hernandez Cortez, Wyatt Hoskins, Bibi Sayeda Husseini, Stephen Quinn, Juan Quinn, Nawal Ibrahim, Tipaphone in Tisith, Angel Jaime Rodriguez, Asma Jama, Jasmine Jimenez Ortega, Benicio Johnson, Enrique Jones, DeAndre Jones, Donovan Keith, Rianne Khalif, Zachary Kinsman, Danica Kovacs, Ann Lamb, Jeffrey Lamb, Zachary Larrabee, Kelly Lee, Diva Elon Leathers, Adriana Leon, Javius Leyu, Casey Link, Ariana Little, Federica Locatelli, Quentin Lewicki, Alma Lopez Aguayo, Lucas Lopez, Maria Jose Lopez Hernandez, Victor Lopez Rubio, Jennifer Liu, Cynthia Luna, Kwok Lee, Mohammed Fuz Malim, Javier Macias Garabe, Yesenia Maldonado Rodriguez, Kisanet Mamu. Timnit Mamu. Vera Mancini. Natalia Martinez Perez. Sophie Maskill. Anna McCaffrey. Daniel McCoy. Kamari McGee. Nancy Mejia Valdez. Max Men. Solana Mendiola. Areli Mendoza Perez. Nathaniel Mengesha. Isaac Miller. Hodan Meyer. Liam Moe. Fila Mohammed. Isa Mohammed. Mohammed Mohammed. Rhoda Mohammed. Saeed Mohammed. Munera Mohammed. Jason Montez. Sadie Moray. Christian Morales. Ruby Myers. Sorrel Myers. Alexia Nail. Zovi Nigerian. Emmy Nyo. Tiana Nyo. Wang Nguyen. Khan Nguyen. Linda Nguyen. Feng Nguyen. Trina Nguyen. Nathan Nem. Simon Officer. Liliana Carolina Ojeda Leon. Harim Osejo. Noel Oss. Sergio Paez Hernandez. Ryan Pennington. Joseph Plummer. Cameron Polson. Idana Ramadani. Adolfo Ramirez Barajas. Madison Rubello. Anthony Reza. Sheila Richardson. Isaiah Robinson Jasper. Nayeli Rodriguez Flores. Alessio Romeo Ben Salem. Alan Romero Martinez. Ivy Rosenbaum. Elena Ruiz. Jacob Segmoen. Hashem Salah. Jessica Sanchez Pina. Christopher Sanderson. Angeles Santiago, Treviana Saran, Lance Sarkia, Tira Shah, Muna Sheikh, Ashton Sangwan, Bao Sun, Hassan Tadisha, Claudia Talmadge, Hao Tan, Antonella Tani, Helen Tereke, Saran Tereke, Lola Taylor, Kaylee Twing, Brandon Tran, Kenny Tran, Emily Kelsey Valdez Ramirez, Jessica Van Halteren, Jennifer Vera Mendoza, Larissa Mary Velasquez, David Villa, Kelly Vu, Justina Wagner, Marie Walker, Marianne Warfa, Tashawn Washington, Alyssa White, Megan Wolf, Gavin Woodruff, Caleb Wirtz, Maraki Yewan Wilson, Dylan Yip, Carmen Yashitomi, Deko Yusuf, Fadumo Yusuf, Ardus Yusuf, Guadalupe Zamora Sierra. In memory, Derek Juarez Lopez.
On behalf of all 7 of the school board directors, and with the authority vested in me as the school board president, I accept the students before me as 2020 graduates of Chief Sealth International High School. Congratulations. We are so proud of all that you have accomplished.
Chief Sealth International High School, go Hawks, my neighborhood school, the school that my sisters graduated from, and the one that my daughter graduated from. Big thanks and props to the staff and the teachers, and most importantly, the students that have worked so hard. I'm sorry you are not getting your in-person graduation, but this is certainly one you will remember the rest of your lives. More graduations to come in person. Take good care. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gabby Barrera, and it's been my pleasure being your senior class president. And now I want to ask you to join me in the tassel turn. Grab your tassel from the right, and in 3, 2, 1, we're going to turn it to the left. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.
Class of 2020, you are officially graduates from high school. Congratulations. And to the rest of us who are here to celebrate with our graduates, thank you for being here. It was great being the principal of this class, and I thank you so much. Thank you to the parents and all the family members. Have a good night. Good night.
All right. Congratulations to Chief Sealth International High School graduates of Class of 2020. Here is your requested song.
Lay. Sir. Yeah.
Kane is in the building, nigga.
Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. What's up? Alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember.
And stick around for just a couple more minutes. We got a special message for you.
A slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through they teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh. Put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they ass. See, that's how that Chateau made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up. When times is hard, you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up. Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. Show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. 1 in the air for the people ain't here. 2 in the air for the father that's there. 3 in the air for the kids in the ghetto. 4 for the kids that don't wanna be there. None for the niggas trying to hold him back. 5 in the air for the teachers not scared to tell those kids that's living in the ghetto that the niggas holding back, that the world is theirs. Yeah, the world is yours. I was once that little boy, terrified of the world. Now I'm on a world tour. I will give up everything, even start a world war for these ghetto girls and boys I'm rapping around the world for. Africa to New York, Haiti then I detour, Oakland out to Oakland, Gaza Strip to Detroit. Say hip hop only destroy. Tell them look at me, boy. I hope your son don't have a gun and never be a D-boy. Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. The show goes on all right. Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. So no matter what you've been through, no matter what you into, no matter what you see, when you look outside your window, brown grass or green grass, picket fence or barbed wire, never ever put them down. You just lift your arms higher, raise them till your arms tired. Let them know you there, that you struggling, surviving, that you gon' persevere. Yeah, ain't nobody leaving, nobody going home. Even if they turn the lights out, the show is going on. Alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so strong. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. The show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. The show goes on. Goes on. Goes on.
All right, everybody, we got a message for you from someone that's very inspirational and very empowering. So here you go. This is from President Obama.
Down by a global pandemic. And as much as I'm sure you love your parents, I'll bet that being stuck at home with them and playing board games or watching Tiger King on TV.
Sorry about that, everyone. Had a little bit of issue with the audio, so I'm just going to start it over because it's such a great message. So here we go.
Here to address the graduating class of 2020, please welcome President Barack Obama.
Hi, everybody. Anaya, thank you for that beautiful introduction. I could not be prouder of everything you've done in your time with the Obama Foundation. And, of course, I couldn't be prouder of all of you in the graduating class of 2020, as well as the teachers and the coaches, and most of all, parents and family who guided you along the way. Now, graduating is a big achievement under any circumstances. Some of you have had to overcome serious obstacles along the way, whether it was an illness or a parent losing a job or living in a neighborhood where people too often count you out. Along with the usual challenges of growing up, all of you have had to deal with the added pressures of social media, reports of school shootings, and the specter of climate change. And then, just as you're about to celebrate having made it through, just as you've been looking forward to proms and senior nights, graduation ceremonies, and let's face it, a whole bunch of parties, the world is turned upside down by a global pandemic. And as much as I'm sure you love your parents, I'll bet that being stuck at home with them and playing board games or watching Tiger King on TV is not exactly how you envisioned the last few months of your senior year. Now, I'll be honest with you. The disappointments of missing a live graduation, those will pass pretty quick. I don't remember much of my own high school graduation. I know that not having to sit there and listen to a commencement speaker isn't all that bad. Mine usually go on way too long. Also, not that many people look great in those caps, especially if you have big ears like me. And you'll have plenty of time to catch up with your friends once the immediate public health crisis is over. But what remains true is that your graduation marks your passage into adulthood, the time when you begin to take charge of your own life. It's when you get to decide what's important to you, the kind of career you want to pursue, who you want to build a family with, the values you want to live by. And given the current state of the world, that may be kind of scary. If you'd planned on going away for college, getting dropped off at campus in the fall, that's no longer a given. If you are planning to work while going to school, finding that first job is going to be tougher. Even families that are relatively well off are dealing with massive uncertainty. Those who were struggling before, they're hanging on by a thread. All of which means that you're going to have to grow up faster than some generations. This pandemic has shaken up the status quo and laid bare a lot of our country's deep-seated problems, from massive economic inequality to ongoing racial disparities to a lack of basic health care for people who need it. It's woken a lot of young people up to the fact that the old ways of doing things just don't work. That it doesn't matter how much money you make if everyone around you is hungry and sick, and that our society and our democracy only work when we think not just about ourselves, but about each other. It's also pulled the curtain back on another hard truth, something that we all have to eventually accept once our childhood comes to an end. You know, all those adults that you used to think were in charge and knew what they were doing, turns out they don't have all the answers. A lot of them aren't even asking the right questions. So if the world's going to get better, it's going to be up to you. That realization may be kind of intimidating, but I hope it's also inspiring. With all the challenges this country faces right now, nobody can tell you, no, you're too young to understand, or this is how it's always been done. Because with so much uncertainty, with everything suddenly up for grabs, this is your generation's world to shape. Since I'm one of the old guys, I won't tell you what to do with this power that rests in your hands, but I'll leave you with 3 quick pieces of advice. First, don't be afraid. America's gone through tough times before. Slavery, civil war, famine, disease, the Great Depression, and 9/11. And each time, we came out stronger. Usually because a new generation, young people like you, learned from past mistakes and figured out how to make things better. Second, do what you think is right. Doing what feels good, what's convenient, what's easy, that's how little kids think. Unfortunately, a lot of so-called grown-ups, including some with fancy titles and important jobs, still think that way, which is why things are so screwed up. I hope that instead you decide to ground yourself in values that last. like honesty, hard work, responsibility, fairness, generosity, respect for others. You won't get it right every time. You'll make mistakes, like we all do. But if you listen to the truth that's inside yourself, even when it's hard, even when it's inconvenient, people will notice. They'll gravitate towards you. And you'll be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. And finally, build a community. No one does big things by themselves. Right now, when people are scared, it's easy to be cynical and say, let me just look out for myself, or my family, or people who look or think or pray like me. But if we're going to get through these difficult times, if we're going to create a world where everybody has opportunity to find a job and afford college, if we're going to save the environment and defeat future pandemics, then we're going to have to do it together. So be alive to one another's struggles. Stand up for one another's rights. Leave behind all the old ways of thinking that divide us: sexism, racial prejudice, status, greed, and set the world on a different path. When you need help, Michelle and I have made it the mission of our foundation to give young people like you the skills and support to lead in your own communities and to connect you with other young leaders around the country and around the globe. But the truth is, you don't need us to tell you what to do, because in so many ways, you've already started to lead. Congratulations, class of 2020. Keep making us proud.
All right, class of 2020, you guys are frickin' rock stars. Never forget that. And always keep your connections, because those connections will take you so far. So I'm so happy that I was able to bring this to you guys this way. This is Alex Wren, your technical advisor with theatrical and film work. I work with my company, Design for Excellence, and I'm happy to be able to brought this to you guys this way. Just a little bit of extra. So keep doing what you're doing. You can change the world in an instant, and I know you know that. So I'm going to play you out another little bit of Show Goes On, because that's your guys' closing out song. And I just want to let you know you're all loved, and there are so many watching out for you right now. So do great things.
Stop on and destroy. Tell him, look at me, boy. I hope your son don't lay. Sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Kane is in the building, nigga.
Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when it comes up. The show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when it comes up. The show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that shit that make you mad? They treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through they teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh, put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats, then get busy on they ass. See, that's how that Chateau made me, that's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up, when times is hard you stand up. LUP the man, cause a brand that the fans trust. So even if they ban us, they'll never slow my plans up. Already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. The show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up. The show goes on. One in the air for the people ain't here. 2 in the air for the father that's there. 3 in the air for the kids in the ghetto. 4 for the kids that don't wanna be there. None for the niggas trying to hold him back. 5 in the air for the teachers not scared to tell those kids that's living in the ghetto that the niggas holding back, that the world is theirs. Yeah, yeah, the world is yours. I was once that little boy, terrified of the world. Now I'm on a world tour. I will give up everything, even start a war. These ghetto girls, these ghetto rapping boys are rapping around the world. Africa, New York, Haiti, and I need to Oakland and to Oakland. Detroit, the Detroit, they hip hop on the Detroit. Tell them look at me, boy, I have a gun, you have a gun, and never be a D-boy.
All right, everyone, have a wonderful night, a wonderful weekend, a wonderful summer, and a wonderful movement forward into the rest of your lives. This is Alex Wren with Design for Excellence, signing off.